Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about recipes and food items and creations, inventions, whatever you want to call them, that you see online. Because I'm always seeing if you mix this with this and that, and it's going to taste exactly like the one at the restaurant or the one at the store. And it's like, I save these things. Rarely do I try them. I always save them thinking, I'm gonna try this someday. So if I ever dawns on me while I'm in the kitchen that I want to try this, and I save it and I rarely ever get to it. But I am, as you know from yesterday's video and ones you've seen in the past, if you've been here for a minute, you know I am on a weight loss, a weight not gain endeavor. That being said, I like to drink things like water, coffee with no sugar. I do add a little cream. There's sugar in the cream, but I like unsweet tea. And so I came across this thing on Facebook yesterday, or yeah, I think it was Facebook. But anyway, I came across it online, and it was this AI cartoon guy saying that if you take baking soda and mix it with unsweet black unsweetened tea, that it will taste like the sweet tea at McDonald's. Needless to say, I did this and it did bleh, bleh. It did not, guys. So maybe I was supposed to add it while it was hot and dissolve it. I added it while it was cold and it didn't dissolve very well. So maybe that was the problem. I'm not above not trying again because I do like tea and I love sweet tea. But because of, I don't want to gain the weight, I'm kind of like this. When I go out to eat, and even when I eat at home, I want to make the most out of my caloric day, my calorie counting day. So I really don't want a whole lot of calories coming from my drinks. So that being said, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen online? Because my husband sees the greatest restaurants. And I mean, we are big people. I'm not going to say my husband's fat because he's really not, but we like to joke around and call each other fat. And, it's not like, "Hey, you're fat." No, it's like, hey, fat, come check this out. Kind of, that's us. If you're not into that and you think it's body shaming and whatever, then jog on. I won't talk that way to you. I will respect you. But that's how we clown. Okay, I mean, I call him old man. We've been married over 20 years, so we're used to each other. But anyway, that being said, my husband, God bless him, he finds all these crazy ice cream, waffle, cookie places. And so we're walking through the grocery store yesterday, and he looks at me and he goes, "You know, one day we're going to have a refrigerator full of soda." And I'm thinking, and I actually said it out loud, I hope not. But anyway, that being said, I have over the years seen some of the most interesting and non interesting food um, creations, uh, food discoveries, food mythbusters. I've seen a lot of things online over the years when it comes to food. So, guys, comment below, what is the most interesting, crazy thing you've ever seen? Now, I'm not going to lie. When I go out, I will generally, on my Facebook profile, bookmark where I'm at and what I'm trying and things of that nature. And so yesterday, well, a couple of days ago, My husband's been saying for a good 6 months that he was dying for some good Mexican, and we didn't know where any was. So he finally found a restaurant that is probably 15 minutes from our house, so it's not bad. So we go. The food is excellent. The people are excellent. The environment, the ambiance, the whole nine, excellent. So, needless to say, um, we've probably been a good 4 or 5 times since the discovery made last week. Now, this discovery was made last weekend, and when I tell you we had brunch and dinner back on, I want to say Sunday night, Monday morning, and then Tuesday I think we went, and then Friday, and we went yesterday. We went Friday morning for brunch with his parents, and then we went yesterday evening, just me and him, for dinner. And then we're trying to figure out if we're going tonight or not because it is really good. But I don't know if we're gonna try something else. I mean, we are the type of people that when we find something like sushi AI and different things of that nature, we continue to go, continue to go, continue to go until we get tired of it. And sometimes that's not always a good thing. But I'm sitting here right now waiting. I don't know if you could see it. Waiting for my cheese and grits to cool off because that's going to be my breakfast this morning while I'm sitting here with nothing better to do. And I'm saying this morning, but it's actually 11:36, and by the time I get to my bowl, it'll probably be 12 o'clock. But I mean, and that's not something I found online. That is because I'm from New Orleans. It is a New Orleans thing. So that being said, um, what do you guys eat culturally? Like I'm from New Orleans, so I'm not there anymore. I left about 6 months before Katrina hit, give or take. But what culturally do you guys eat? Like I'm a seafood buff because I'm from New Orleans, and seafood is the thing. It was the thing. It's what I was raised on. It's what I raised my kids on. That while we were there, now I'm drinking coffee. Coffee I just started drinking, but I'm not a huge fan of adding sugar to my coffee, so I do look for flavored creamers. So I found last night while we were shopping, past the cold drink aisle or the soda aisle, I went over to the creamer and found chocolate caramel. So cheers on that. Do not need to add extra sugar because there's enough sugar in that creamer. But that being said, what do you guys culturally eat? I mean, like I said, culturally, where I'm from in New Orleans, seafood was a thing. Uh, Grits and eggs. Uh, uh, fried vegetables for sure. Fried pickles, fried okra, fried eggplant. Uh, so culturally, that's kind of where I come from. So where do you guys come from culturally? I know I've seen in the UK they're real big on, and correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe UK, it might be somewhere else. I'm not sure, but I've seen come across the feed that pork and beans or baked beans with eggs and sausage and toast. Now, see, we normally here in America, we normally don't have baked beans for breakfast or pork and beans for breakfast. So I think that's a cultural thing to that part of the world. But I just I love Americanized Chinese food. And trust me, guys, when you go to a Chinese buffet or a Mexican restaurant, you're not getting what they get in their culture and in their regions of the world. You're getting the Americanized version. And I know this because when a few years back when my kids were little, my husband said, "Let's take a road trip." And I was like, "Okay, sure, let's do it." So we all hopped in the car, and we live in Missouri. So we decided to take a couple hours road trip on over to Chicago, Illinois. And there we went to Chinatown. Beautiful, beautiful place. When I tell you the stores and the historical, cultural imitation landmarks that these people had in their town, beautiful. When I tell you we got some Vietnamese food, nothing, absolutely nothing like the foods we get at our Chinese restaurants. And I didn't understand why, because that was my first time ever experiencing something uh, that wasn't Americanized. And so my husband told me, he said, "You do realize that what we eat, is the American version of Chinese food, or the American version of Mexican food." And I was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't." And so he's like, "Yeah, they Americanize it to our taste buds, especially, when it calls for something spicy or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I never put the two and two together." So if you guys didn't know, now you know, and don't feel bad, because I didn't know either. I had no clue. So this is like eight or so years ago. My boys are grown now, but they were little then. I want to say they were 7 and 8, 6 and 7, somewhere around there. But I had no idea. And when I tell you the real Vietnamese food, mm, it wasn't my thing. I'm sorry. Not that it was bad. It wasn't bad food. It was great quality food. I just didn't care for it. I guess I am more Americanized than I thought, because don't get me wrong, I love a good sushi AI, American Chinese food. I love a good American Chinese buffet. I love a good American Mexican restaurant. But that's the problem. I think I'm too Americanized. So when I tell you these different recipes and things and food wise that come across Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all these other social media platforms, and they say, if you mix this and you mix that, and it's going to taste like this and that, and it's like, does it though? And I think that's why I don't race my behind out to do 90% of what I see online. Because here's the thing: anytime I ever have, like, the baking soda and the tea, it doesn't taste like what they say. And trust me, I learned a long time ago not to mix. No, I mix and I'm, you know, I do not take a big look. When one of my kids and my husband come to me and go, "Smell this, smell it, smell it," it's like, I'm good. I know. What did you think of what it smelled? And it kills me. It kills me every time. Every single time one of my kids and my husband go, "Ooh, smell that." Why? Why? Am I the only one? I cannot be the only one. Like, I trust your opinion. Your face just told me that smelled like a side of butt with Alamode. I'm good. Why would I want that? Why? Explain to me. You just said, and then go, why? Why would I want that? So, like, I mean, I'm not in any hurry to go make the stuff that I save or repost in order to save it. And I'm guessing I can't be the only one. Like, I mean, anything I've ever made online has not been the greatest. And I don't know if it's just me, or if I'm mixing it wrong. Like I said, maybe the tea should have been hot, I don't know. They didn't really specify. They just said if you mix baking soda with, and I thought that didn't sound so good. But they made, and it was a stupid AI cartoon, and he made it, and he made it look so good. And me being the fat person inside of me. Oops, I'm sorry, Ruffy Doo. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, sweet boy. I didn't mean to donk your head. I didn't know he was laying under me. Oh, sweet boy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I moved my feet and donked his head. Yes, you're such a good boy. But no, being the fat person in me, they made it look so good. I'm like, oh, well, I like the taste of sweet tea. I don't like the calories in sweet tea. And so, and you can definitely taste the difference. So, like, we were at the restaurant, the Mexican restaurant yesterday, and I asked for an unsweet tea, and he brings it over, and I'm like, and I'm like, ooh, that was sweet. And when I tell you, I don't know if it was just that sweet or if I'm just that used to unsweet tea. And then it's like, oh my gosh. And I didn't say it out loud. I didn't want to be rude, but I'm like, ooh, can I get an unsweet, please? And I kind of slid that back to him. And he was like, oh, yeah, sure. And, life goes on. But when I tell you that you could taste every grain of sugar in that cup of tea, I was like, I mean, And then I thought about, I wonder if they put bacon. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's like I had this fat person in me dying to get out, and they have been out at one time. Don't let this little thin face fool you, because I am thin looking now, and I'm bigger than I was, but I'm not as big as I have been. So I was at 266 at one point in my life. I was swinging on the edge of 300 pounds. And my husband decided to quit smoking, and I decided to quit smoking. And I will tell you, when you smoked for years and then you quit smoking, food definitely takes on a whole different level of taste. And at that point, you do not want to be trying stuff new. You want to let the taste buds level out and then go try your new stuff. But no, um, when I tell you that we quit smoking and I went to looking for new things to try and new foods to eat, and it was crazy. It was crazy the way things tasted. And so I had no sense not to try new online recipes. I had no sense not to try, uh, I tried to stick with what I already knew. But being that I wanted to lose weight at the same time that I was that I was quitting smoking, I did not want to, have crazy stuff. So then I did. I lost quite a bit of weight. I went from 266 down to 124, and everybody thought I looked kind of sickly and thought, I got an eating disorder, which I didn't. But I had people looking at me like, ooh, what's wrong with you? And I mean, you ever been judged for being dead set and determined? But so then I decided to pick up a little weight, in which I did, and now I am at 160, which I want to get back down to about 145. I think 145 would be a happy medium between where I'm at now and apparently the look of do you have an eating disorder. So 124 wasn't it. I guess I need to hit right about 140, 145 to not hold the you look like you need a sandwich title. So, that being said, the fat in me just got hungry sitting here looking at my cheesy grits, and my timer is running. So, again, I say this in every video. Those of you that know the app I use records for 25 minutes, and then it it will cut off right in the middle of it don't care what you're doing. So I don't want to do 2 rounds on any of my videos because at that point you're just talking in circles and you get boring. So I'm going to wrap this one up and I will say what I say at the end of every video, guys. I love you with the love of the Lord. If you're interested in meeting my big brother Jesus Christ, drop me a line either here or on Facebook. If you look up in that corner right there, then you will notice the Only Believe in One. Find me on Facebook. That is my group in on Facebook. It is a Christian profile. It is a Christian group. Feel free to look me up, guys. I love you with the love of the Lord, and drop me a line below. Let me know what crazy stuff you've actually tried. Not what you've saved, but what you've actually tried from online recipes. All right, guys. Give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a thumb sideways, however you want to do it. I love you with the love of the Lord, and I will see you in the next one.